What's good? What's good? It's your boy Sean P back again with another edition of Hip Hop Roundtable Reviews. I'm joined again by my esteemed colleague, King of the North from Torture Talk, Reese. What's good?
What's going on, man?
What's good? What's good? So, Reese, 2026 has gotten off to a hot start. ASAP Rocky went #1 off of Don't Be Dumb. J. Cole started his rollout for the fall off, and man, has J. Cole been the talk of hip hop, because he started with the trailer video, then he started with disc 2 track 2 with a video that got everybody talking, and now yesterday he dropped what is it, Birthday Blizzard 26. Yeah, Birthday Blizzard 26. So I mean, J. Cole, see, this is how you do an album rollout. Like, he got the whole world talking about him. And the thing about Cole is he's bringing real hip hop back. So this is my thing, man. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get your first reaction off of Birthday Blizzard 26. Like, what do you think overall about the mixtape?
I've been listening to it all day. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I think that I think J. Cole is trying to rewrite history with this.
Yeah.
This is what an MC's supposed to do.
Yes.
I talk a lot of crap. I talk a lot of junk. Like, oh no, you can never be this. He's supposed to push that boundary. He's supposed to break through the narrative of what people saying. Now, I know what I said, and I know what everybody else is saying. But as an MC, you don't supposed to let that slide. You gotta break through that. You gotta convince me that no, he actually is supposed to be where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm saying what I'm saying, he's supposed to, and he did exactly this on this album, on this EP. He said, you know what? All right, I'm not the top 3, so here's what I'm gonna do. And I think it's so genius that he did what he did.
We're gonna bring that up. Yep.
Me out, I went back to the bottom, and now I'm back at the top again. So what can you really say? So he kind of like, I like how he did that. I like that. Because see, the thing about J. Cole, a lot of people don't understand, is when you're a wordsmith like him, you could write your way out of anything. And I tell people this all the time. You could, if you're a good MC, no narrative can stop you if you're a good MC.
That's a great point. Yeah.
You got to become, and I think that he showed that he might not be #1, but he's definitely top 3. I would say 2. You know what I'm saying? 100%. He put himself back in that talk again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My thing is, I like how you said, you know, this is exactly what an MC is supposed to do. And when in doubt, he just went right to his pen game. He just went right to rap. And he just said, let me remind y'all what I really do. You know, fuck all this shit about bowing out the battle and apologizing and me being confused on Port Antonio. This is what I do, you know? And you always bring something up. And you bring this up. You brought this up all the way going back to Shadow Code Radio days, that it's kind of like ironic how rap hip hop fans act, because it's like they always beg for, we want real hip hop. We want real lyrics to come back. We want lyricism, and we want content back in the game. We want real rap. But whenever they get real rap like this, they got to nitpick it every bar. They got to nitpick it apart and say, oh, but he didn't do this. He still didn't battle Kendrick. He didn't he apologized to Kendrick. And they lose sight, like, yo, this is what you want. I mean, hip hop's been in a drought for 2025. This is the great reset. 2026 is the reset. And you can't ask from anything more from one of the top MCs in the game. He showed and proved. So I don't see what the complaints are about this. Really, I gotta understand.
Yeah, I think what happened was people have developed what I call Stockholm syndrome when it comes to a lot of these how would I say this, commercialized music. Everybody's obsessed with numbers. Nobody really cares about actual skill anymore.
That's right.
Kendrick Lamar put it in position where now people care about skills, because he started that, in my opinion. He started that, then the clips followed. You know what I'm saying? Once the clips came, Kendrick came, the clips came. Now everybody's rapping again. You don't hear nobody singing no more.
That's right.
What singing songs do you hear?
None of the auto tune, none of the turn up, all of that stuff's over. That Atlanta sounds over now.
And now that we in a position where basically real hip hop is back, I talk my shit on J. Cole. I'm not gonna sit here in front. I do, but I do also acknowledge that J. Cole is one of the best. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people, they can't separate the two. It's like, oh, you left a bad taste in my mouth, so whatever you say doesn't matter anymore. No, that's not how it goes.
That's like Fat
We
Joe.
don't know these people personally.
Yeah, you know it's not going to hit the same.
Yeah, no. It hits the same. I did a reaction.
Hit the same.
Nah, he might have bowed out the battle, but goddamn, he's still good. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. So I don't even care. At this point, I'm starting not to even care that he bowed out the battle anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it like,
back on board.
MC, you push past that. And this is what he's doing. This is what he's doing. He's pushing past that.
It's like I said, man,
that on the CD, on the disc.
It's like I said, like you come out with a fire first track in this 2-track 2, where you come with creative concepts, a creative narrative, a creative story that nobody else is doing, a creative video, and then you hit us with a mixtape like this. See, this is what a rollout's supposed to look like. You know what I mean? Build anticipation, and now it's time for the fall off. I think this is a masterful job by J. Cole. This mixtape is exactly what he needed, and I think what the hip hop game needed. We really needed this, man, because 2026, it's like you can't wait now. You're waiting every week as to, okay, who's going to drop now? Like, what's going to happen now because of this energy that he brought to the game.
Yeah, I agree. I also think that this also gives other rappers who are less known that raps really well, this gives them a chance to actually push them up too. Because I think a lot of people are waiting for the mainstream rappers to rap again. And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna really surprise me. And I said this on one of my shows, that I got to hear what Drake raps about now. I have to hear.
I'm gonna ask you about that later, because my thing is, just like I said, this is how you do a rollout. I hope Drake is taking notes. I hope he's taking notes. Like, this is what you do. This is a master class in building anticipation and getting back to rap, what it's all about. And see, I hope Drake is taking notes, man.
Yeah,
definitely. But we're gonna get to one of the title tracks off of there. Now, there are 4 tracks off of there, but the standout track seems to be Bronx Zoo, which is the first track off of there. I want to pull up some lyrics from that real quick. Hold on, let me share my screen and let's get to it. And I got to get your take on this. And we're going to get into the whole Kendrick aspect of this in a little bit. But you actually made reference to this. So the very last bars, he says, if your girl scream, tell the queen, bitch, lower your tone. Matter of fact, go to your phone, add me on IG. I used to be the top seed. Apology dropped me way out the top 3. No problem. I'm probably my best when they doubt me. I got to just get your thoughts on that bar right there. And did that kind of almost reset the game when it comes to the whole Big 3 conversation? Because to me, it's almost like, just like you said, he wrote his way out into a new narrative. Like, he's going to say, yo, all right, you say I'm not nice like that? All right, I'll show you right here.
There's actually another bar where he says, I'm out of the top 3. Not I'm out, but basically like I'm on a different thing now. I can't remember exactly what song it was.
We're gonna bring it up in a minute. To answer this,
I think this is a perfect example of an excellent writer when it comes to certain things that people box you in. The one thing you can't take away, like I put it to you like this: it's Kendrick, Drake, and Cole. Kendrick is the creator, Drake's the hit maker, and Cole's the writer. In my opinion, that's how it
Yes,
goes.
yes,
I think with the writer in this situation, he can write his way out of anything. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're trying to say this, he said, okay, well, the apology dropped me out the top 3. Well, watch what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what can you really say to that? Nobody can say anything to somebody that says that. I'm not top 3? Okay, I'm gonna prove to you. Like, what can you really say? You know what I'm saying? And I think that, and as far as the apology goes, I'm glad that this is what I said about Drake, man. That's why I say that Drake really makes me mad. I'm so happy that he acknowledged the apology. He acknowledged that, okay, I took a L on that, but watch what I do now. Drake didn't do that. He can't admit that he took the L. You know what I'm saying? So I think him apologizing, saying, and he basically said, yeah, the apology did drop me. It did.
that's a good
It
point.
did. But now watch where I go with it now. That's why I say that J. Cole.
He took his L, but with that, and see, what I like about this bar is it's almost like a rebirth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like,
yeah,
okay, that was then. Yeah, I fucked up. I'm out the top 3. Now what? You know what I mean? I'm back now. I'm official now. You know what it reminds me of? I remember, and this was on Black Album, the very first track on Black Album, when and this is after Nas smashed Jay-Z after Ether, and Jay-Z was on his way back. And he said at one of those songs, you say that I'm not good or whatever. Now see how it is when I no longer exist. Fuck this. What more can I say, right?
Yeah.
And right after that, you knew Black Album was going to be a classic.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z rode off in the sunset, and Jay-Z went right back to number 1, right? It's like that was the moment that Jay's back. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's going to come with something serious. And this is kind of the moment I knew, Cole, he's coming with something. He's cooking up a classic now. You know what I mean? Because that's a really profound statement, and he kind of reset the game with that bar.
I'm going to say this. This might be a reach. But
yeah, go ahead.
Now that I think about it, everybody's saying that J. Cole, and I don't know if you're going to get to this, but everybody's saying that J. Cole took a shot at Kendrick. I don't think J. Cole took no shots at Kendrick.
Yeah, I want to get to that. We're going to get to that,
yeah.
But I hear you. Go ahead.
But I think now that after I'm hearing this, Kendrick's definitely going to be on this album. I definitely think Kendrick.
That's interesting. Okay.
And there's a reason why that is.
Okay.
The song that's really the one that really stands out is Golden Goose. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one where in my opinion, he directly disses Drake. I was
going to ask you that. Yes. I was going to get to that.
Directly disses Drake on Golden Goose. There's no, oh no. He directly disses Drake. And he uses, in this whole album, he uses every Kendrick talking point. Every one of them. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that.
Matter of fact, since we're going there, I want to go back and bring that up. You know what I mean? I'll pull up the lyrics from
the Golden Goose.
From the Golden Goose joint, because they got it here. What was it? I think I know what the one you're talking about. Where he talked about, I think it was Biden, right?
Crumbs Dilution.
Wait, what was the one?
Selling your soul to crumbs for crumbs dilution.
Oh, yeah. I was going in another direction. I was thinking about the one where he was talking about the Biden. Oh, now that we're on that, right?
Yeah.
Do you think he took a shot at academics on Bronx Zoo? Because he said you caught in the world between something about hating and dick riding, and you picking a side, blah blah blah.
Is that a shot like this? He took a shot at Joe Buttons.
Was it Joe Buttons or was it Fat Joe?
No, it was Joe Buttons. He took a shot at Joe Buttons. Paul Kane and Fabulous. They made a song called Niggas. I can't remember the name of the song, but Joe Buttons, Fabulous, Paul Kane used to be a group. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And they got a song. He referenced that song in there. He also like it could be both. It could be Joe Buttons and it could be Fat Joe because Joe wasn't talking crazy, but he
yeah.
was saying some stuff. But you know who he really dissed to?
Who's that?
Joey Badass. A lot of people didn't even catch that.
That's right. That's right. About so that's what he meant by the fake rollout and trying to start beef and all that. Ah,
Yup.
yeah, yeah,
Joey
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Badass. Yup. Joey Badass. Because Joey Badass took a shot at him.
That's
And he
right.
also did he also did Young Simba.
Yeah,
That's another person he dissed. The boy Simba did a diss track on J. Cole.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did a diss track on J. Cole when he's saying that J. Cole bowed. How can you say you top 3 when you bowed out of the league? He did a whole diss track over the Control beat. Did a video for it
Oh, I
too.
didn't even know that. I didn't
Yeah.
even know that. I really didn't. Here's the Drake bar, right? Where is it here? A lot of rappers make dough, then they prone to lose it for crumbs. Dumb niggas sold they soul to Lucian, high, universal distribution. But I own the music, best niggas still breathing, leaving no confusion. Hop on every nigga song, abuse it, catch bodies from my own amusement. Niggas cheating, and I won't excuse it. If I said it, then I wrote it. Stupid. So you're talking about he's going at the ghostwriter thing, right?
Yeah. Now go down some
you're
more.
right about that.
It continues. A lot of people didn't catch this part. When you start talking about the taking drugs, gambling, all that, it's right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I believe he said he said something about you taking drugs and you abusing it, and then he also said something about gambling with your life. He also said if my dog lose, he get Mike Vick. I'm like Mike Vick. If my dog lose, he got to get shot because obviously talking about the battle between him and Kendrick, he lost. So
yeah,
he's saying
this is what I was referencing here. So
yeah.
they focus on they lack focus and they poison putrid. Yeah, from poison of all different sorts they using. If the streams say you're winning, why your tours is losing? Yeah, that's right. Because Drake's tours ain't doing the same, right?
Yeah.
And the math ain't mathing, your course ain't juicing. That means the bots is boosting. Cut the tough guy image. It's not conducive to breathing. Whoa. Don't gamble with your life cause the ops is cruising. Word to Mike Vick, your dog might get shot for losing. And I don't like those odds.
So if Drake is tied up in stake, which is a gambling company. Also,
true.
who is his op? Who's cruising? The ops is cruising would be who also said you got so many options, it's too many options. Kendrick said that. So he's saying the ops is cruising, the ops would be Kendrick. Your dog gets shot. I don't like those odds that he lost for all the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like
true.
all of this stuff, even if this isn't a direct shot at Drake, this is definitely in that vein of something going on with them too. Because it's all written in a way where he's talking about, you're telling me that he's not talking about Drake when he's saying that cut the tough guy act is not conducive. Then he also talking about how your tours are not okay, all of these streams, but your tour's not, you're not doing nothing on your tour. Like he would know because
and that can't be Kendrick. That's definitely not Kendrick.
Like, yeah, we know
definitely
that.
ain't Kendrick.
We know that.
Yeah.
So to me, all of these bars is the Lucian bar and all of these, the Golden Goose. Who would be the Golden Goose on UMG? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of these things fit the narrative of him talking about Drake. It can't be Kendrick. And why would he talk about anybody else? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you sold your soul to Lucian for crumbs. Who's trying to get out of a deal? Who's doing a deal with UMG? Exactly. Who owns all of their catalog? He owns, and he says, I own my masters. You don't. And also, if I said it, I wrote it. Who are we talking about when it comes to writing? Like, come on, bro. All of these things is pointed towards Drake. Everything that he says is pointed towards Drake. He might not be directly saying his name, but that he's pointing at him, bro. Like, I mean, come on. Can you really say? Like, everything
So of course,
use the same
you
talk.
know, there's backlash online, and people are asking, did he sub or did he address the Kendrick situation on this? You know, and people are saying, see, I knew he was taking some shots at Drake. I did see that, but I want to know, was there anything in your opinion that it looked like, one, he addressed the Kendrick situation in a certain way where he kind of acknowledged it, or did he sub Kendrick?
I'll put it to you like this. I got a video that you can actually watch that's actually better than Chink Smooth video. I didn't do it. So you could type this guy in. His name's Top 5 Troy.
Okay.
He breaks down all the lyrics.
Yeah.
And the video is only like 6 minutes long. He breaks down all the lyrics and he tells you what shots was what and what. He brought up something about Kendrick and J. Cole, and he basically he didn't diss Kendrick, but he took one of Kendrick's bars and he used it. You know what I'm saying? Not like in a dissing manner, kind of like in a paying homage. The whole thing with the Hellcat too, a lot of people missed that bar too.
I heard that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that J. Cole talked about, in my opinion, Kendrick had mentioned. So I don't think that J. Cole took any direct shots at Kendrick. That would be stupid for him to apologize to the dude, back off of him, then take a shot at him like that.
That would be an even weaker move.
That would
be the weakest move, to start taking a shot to him again. But I'm gonna break down this this video. Hold on a minute. By Rob Markman, because he. Hold on a minute. Let me pull up. I don't see what's going on with my. Let me stop sharing right quick. Yeah. So Rob Markman, and this goes back to Bronx Zoo. He brought up the point. Is it a dig at Kendrick, at Cole, at Kendrick and Drake, or just Kendrick, or what? So let's hear what he got to say.
No. And a lot of people are hearing a lot of subs in the chat. If you on the live stream, oh, he dissed Drake with that one, he dissed Kendrick in that one. And I don't know that makes sense to me, because it was like, why would you bow out of that then just to re-engage? I think he's rapping aggressively because that is Cole's style.
Just what we were talking about, see? Yeah.
And he raps like the best, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. Like, we saw what happened, and I still expect him to rap like he the shit. Fuck it. So I don't hear like a whole lot of disses. He's addressing some things for sure. I don't hear a whole lot of disses. This one has me with a question mark. Stop bothering me, young Simba. Some niggas do hate my way, but the only thing they should say is, Cole, you like a father to me. The top ain't really what I thought it would be. And so I jumped off and landed back at the bottom and restarted at a level where I wasn't regarded as much, just to climb past them again and tell them all to keep up. I love it.
So what do you think about that one? Or
that's actually referencing the dude Young Simba.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that refs, because he basically saying, like, because in the song, Young Simba was saying, no, you got to go back to the bottom. And he's rebuttaling that.
Okay.
Joint. That's what that is.
I see what it is. Yeah.
He's rebuttaling that. J. Cole addressed a lot of people on this mixtape, and a lot of people don't know, because there's a lot of people who said stuff about J. Cole, and J. Cole, like, people didn't know a lot of people said some stuff, but he knew. You know what I'm saying? He knew. He said some stuff. Now, as far as him saying that, him surpassing them, I don't know. Maybe if people want to reach and say, nah, he talking about Kendrick too. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. But I will say that I think he's basically saying in general, like, watch how I surpass these dudes who were talking about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. And just overall, like, I gotta ask you, like, we brought up a lot of the references, but is this, and this is what I like about this. This is basically this mixtape is kind of a snapshot of the game right now. And he's talking about a lot of issues that have been going on in 2025 with the buy-in and the hip-hop media, the dick riding, the hating, all of that. Fat Joe, that criticized him, DJ Academics, Drake, all of that. I mean, do you think this is kind of his moment where he's just lashing out and saying, you know what, fuck all y'all?
I definitely believe that. Also, people got to remember Drake did diss J. Cole. He dissed J. Cole, and Kendrick did say, he did you foul. I don't know why you still pretending. Like he said this on Not Like Us. He did you foul. And then on top of that, Drake definitely clowned him on that 100 gig thing. And he definitely clowned him about that Jay-Z situation. But I definitely think that J. Cole put himself in a position where it's kind of like him trying to reset the game. You know what I'm saying? Or
it is
part of that. I definitely think that he's making a mark. Well, J. Cole's always been a big deal. This is not, and I would argue saying he's even a bigger deal now, even after everything that happened. I would say he's even a bigger deal now.
Yeah, because the spotlight's on him.
Yeah, I would say that
game right now, and
like I put it to you like this. I know people talk about the top three, and they talk about the top three, but the top three is the top three. Those three dudes are there or this. That's it. Jay, you got Jay, Nas, M. They already had their time. These three dudes now are what it is right now. I have to even Drake. They're guys right now. Like I can't front. You know what I'm saying? Like there could be other people that's gonna come, but once you hear those three names, that's it. Like
speaking of the top three,
big deal. He's a big deal.
We gotta and see. We're gonna address some of this in this next video with Shake Smooth, but
yeah,
I'm seeing the backlash here. I saw Charles Brown. Shout out to Charles Brown and his podcast. Go check that out. And they're visibly mad. They're upset. Like he said, like Charles Brown was literally saying, I'm upset. And I'm going off on J. Cole fans. I'm going off on J. Cole. I'm taking out names. How dare you tell us how to feel about J. Cole backing out the battle? And we have to like this and accept this. And I'm like, bro, this is what people want. We want real hip hop. What's wrong with that? So if we want real hip hop, what? We're supposed to boycott this because he didn't battle Kendrick Lamar? Is that what it is?
I'll give you a better one.
Yeah.
If Drake drops a classic, they're going to support it.
Wait. Rewind that.
If Drake drops a classic,
so let me get this right. So these guys are going to wait for Drake to drop a classic or big that up just to down and shame J. Cole.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they have all this smoke for J. Cole, right? Yeah. Saying, oh, he can't do this and do that. Drake literally sued. But if he drop a classic, because nobody really talks about that part. Everybody always saying, well, J. Cole apologized. Everybody says this, but nobody says, well, this guy sued. He did some bitch shit. He really did. But if he drop a classic, we're gonna listen to him. You know what I'm saying? But he could say he's the best. This guy here could say he's the best, even though he sued a dude. But this guy here, because he apologized, he can't say.
That's why I always say, and I'll stand on it. What Drake did was, to me, 100 times worse than what J. Cole did. Because J. Cole actually stood on honesty and stood on how he actually felt. Yeah. You know, my opinion is, I was going to get into this, but my opinion is on the whole thing. I think Drake and the people around him coerced Drake to make that 7 minute, not Drake, but J. Cole to make 7 minute drill. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. I think he got talked into it. He really wasn't in it because he did have a relationship with Kendrick. And my thought was, I actually think Drake wanted this. And I think Drake wanted it because I think he was going to use, J. Cole smoke to follow up so they could kind of both go at Kendrick Lamar at the same time. That's what people aren't talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people forget about that. And I think Drake kind of wanted that because I think he wanted to kind of get Kendrick Lamar out the game. He wanted to get him out the way. And he said, all right, well, y'all want to team up on me. I'm going to try and team up with my people to come at you now. And I think that's what happened. But I mean, that's just a theory to me.
But your theory could be right, because when the whole song, What Did I Miss, is basically saying, how could y'all leave me by myself? That's basically what the whole song is about.
So he's indirectly referencing J. Cole.
How can y'all trade y'all? How can y'all turn your back on me? Y'all supposed to be on my side. I seen Gang at the pop out. Why would you be at the pop out? Why would you do this? You know what I'm saying? And I think, and I'll be honest with you, I think that when J. Cole was on Port Antonio and he said, Drake, you'll always be my nigga, I think it's more in the lines of like, yo, bro, I'll always be cool with you. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is. I'll always be cool with you. But it's not like we're friends. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You always be my nigga, bro. Like, don't worry about all that. But I don't hang with you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
And that was the weird thing about Port Antonio, because it's like he tried to coach Drake up and kind of talk him into getting some backbone. But at the same time, he wanted to have this. It was just weird.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a weird song.
I think that you're right. I think you're right. I think Drake thought that, in my opinion, Kendrick can't stop me and Cole. There you go. And I'm gonna go out here. We're gonna do songs together. We're gonna do all this. And Cole, and I'm not gonna say that Big 3 line was a shot. To me, it wasn't a shot. I think it was basically saying, like, because if you think about it, there's other great fighters. Yeah, I mean, you still got Floyd Mayweather, you still got Mike Tyson that you could say is the best. What he said right now, I feel like Muhammad Ali, doesn't mean that he's the best. But when he said what he said, if you listen to Drake's verse, Drake was saying, no, I'm the GOAT. It's only me and Cole. Drake was saying this the whole time.
Taking a shot at Kendrick, man.
Yeah, he was saying.
He was taking a shot. Everybody tries to say, oh, well, Drake never started this. No. Drake started that with a Michael Jackson reference.
Yeah.
That was a direct shot at Kendrick. Kendrick caught wind of that and said, enough is enough, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we lost Reese for a minute, but Reese, you could dial back in when you can. But yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna continue on. You know, I do think, you know, that they did try and gang up on Kendrick, or what have you. So in the end of the day, I think that's Reese anyway. Yo, what's up?
Yeah, man. My computer recently restarted because the program updated. I didn't know it was going to start right now. I put it for later.
Yeah.
So I'll be back. I'm gonna jump back on in like 5 minutes.
All right, cool, man. Cool. I'm gonna jump to the video in a minute. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump.
All right, peace.
Soon as it uploads.
All right, cool. So anyway, he has some issues with his computer. He's gonna join back in. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. I do think that they try to gang up on Kendrick. I think they looked at it like and I think it was more Drake that wanted to do this, you know. I don't think Cole was really with it, but because Cole was just coming off a tour with Drake, you know, he had a relationship and camaraderie with Drake. He said, all right, you know what? Yeah, I kind of don't feel what was said on like that. So I'm going to take my shot. And I think he got talked into it. You know what I mean? I think he got talked into it. I think the problem with Cole is that I do think he is impressionable. And he does go off his emotions a little bit too much. Not as much as Drake, but sometimes his emotions. But he's man enough to come back and stop himself and said, all right, I took it too far. This ain't me. Let me go back. But the backlash seems to be an issue. Like I was just saying with Reese, there's been backlash with this. And my biggest problem, and this is the problem that I had in the previous video when I reviewed Diss 2 Track 2, is y'all need to stop telling J. Cole how to rap and what he could talk about. If he's going to talk his shit and he wants to be a great MC, let him be a great MC. It's a great hip hop. Why are you telling him, oh, well, you can't talk about being number one. You can't talk about being the best. You can't talk. Well, why can't he? If he believes that. You know what I mean? Just as long as he doesn't say, I'm better than Kendrick Lamar, I'm good. You know what I mean? You can't say I'm better than him. But in my mind, if he says, in my mind, I think I'm the best, so be it. I don't see what the problem is. Game says it. Game says nobody can out-rap him on the West Coast. He doesn't get any pushback or very little pushback for it. Eminem says he's the best on the mic to do it. I mean, so what, is Nas and Jay-Z supposed to do a diss track on M because M thinks he's the best? You know? So that's my only thing with that. But I'm going to go and address some of the backlash that came with this. And we're going to look at a video from Chig Smooth real quick to go and talk about this. And this is another point of view with some of the backlash towards J. Cole with regard to this mixtape. And we're going to see what they have to say. Chig Smooth and one of his homies. Hold on a minute. What am I doing here? All right, yeah. So, yeah, let me get to the video. Let's go. Let's start from the beginning.
Oh man, you J. Cole fans are in luck. Looks like J. Cole is feeding his fans even on his birthday. Now tomorrow, the 28th, is J. Cole's birthday, and the night before, he decides to drop 4 new freestyles for his fans. Now, this tape is behind a paywall on his website. He dropped Birthday Blizzard. You guys can go listen to that on his actual Twitter account. But it also includes new freestyles like the Bronx Zoo freestyle, Golden Goose freestyle, Winter Storm freestyle, Blizzard 26. On this record, I can't even lie to you guys. J. Cole is talking that talk. And yes, he finally addressed the elephant in the room. The one main thing that everybody has been asking him to address ever since he popped his head out and came out of hiding. J. Cole faced a lot of criticism when he announced his Fall Off album. People said, J. Cole, brother, we don't want to hear nothing you got to say right now, unless you address the apology. Why did you talk so tough and crazy, but then you backed out and apologized? People like...
And see, that's what I mean. I mean, you can't keep telling people how to rap. I mean, if he wants to talk his shit, talk his shit. If you want to believe it, you don't want to support it, you don't got to listen to it. But for those that want to hear real hip hop, I don't see any problem with it unless he says I'm better than Kendrick Lamar. That's the only thing.
Glasses Malone said, look, the only way I'm going to give J. Cole's new album a chance is if he does a record addressing the apology.
But I was thinking to myself, is it time? Like, do we really, like, okay, so J. Cole is not just fans. J. Cole still has the interest of the world. And to be honest, now me, because I am not a J. Cole fanatic, I would probably need him to give a very honest take about what has happened over these last 24 months. For me, not you as a J. Cole fan, but for me, that's not a J. Cole fan, to be interested and actually probably go listen to the album, I would need to hear, hey, what's the last 24 months like? Where are you at with this? Because you are such an integral part, I need to kind of hear where you're at with it.
And see, I don't know how I feel about that, because I 40% agree with Glasses Malone. I do think J. Cole needs to put out a story, like a rap or a song on the album where he talks about, you know, what happened with the situation. Now, for me, I want to know why you put out 7 Minute Drill. Like, that's what I want to know. Not why you apologize. I want to know why you put out 7-Minute Drill, how you made that song, and what have you. But see, this is where I kind of differ with Glasses Malone, because you're almost saying, I'm not a J. Cole fan, and you're already picking a side. Because if you're saying I'm already a J. Cole fan, I'm not a J. Cole fan, you know what I mean? You're already saying in some ways, way, shape, or form, I'm biased because he pulled out of the battle. But to me, if you're a fan of hip hop, you're gonna want to hear what he's gonna say anyway, because it's lyrics, it's real hip hop. Listen, Drake's in my doghouse. Drake's in the doghouse for me right now. But I'm still gonna listen to Iceman. I'm gonna listen to track for track for Iceman to see what it's really about. I'm not gonna say, oh, well, he has to come back at Kendrick Lamar in order for me to listen to Iceman. This guy is basically saying, if he doesn't say what happened in the last 24 months and why he bowed out the battle, I'm boycotting his album. I think that's wrong. But I do think that in some song that Cole has to address this in some sort of way. I will agree with that. But I think dude is going a bit too far. I think he's being a little bit extra with it.
And the more authentic it is going to determine how far I get into the album or if I want to listen to the album. But if it's like you think you can proceed on with your career and I would be vested in it, or me as not a J. Cole fan, right? As a respect of your ability, if I was to vest interest in it, you know what I mean? I would probably need you to catch me up to date.
Now, props to J. Cole for actually listening to his fans. He addressed it, you guys. On this Birthday Blizzard freestyle, J. Cole said, I used to be top. See, the apology dropped me way out of the top 3. No problem. I'm probably my best when they doubt me. The top ain't really what I thought it would be. So I jumped off and landed back at the bottom and restarted at a level where I wasn't regarded as much, just to climb past them again and tell them all to keep up. Now, I'm not sure what he thought the top was going to be, but when you claim the title as the
now, we just talked about that. That's not the perceived talking about Kendrick as it really is. You know what I mean? This guy is taking this out of context and basically making about the big 3 in Kendrick Lamar. And we also did the I'm out of the top 3, now they doubt me. How that bar kind of reset the narrative on the whole situation right there. So I thought that was very creative. So I don't agree with Chiggs on this one that, oh, he's addressing Kendrick Lamar directly. I think he's addressing the whole competition aspect of it. And it's just making him hungrier. And like we were talking earlier, the second bar was more about the song with Young Simba that he was addressing.
Top or the best out of the top 3, you have to be ready to be cutthroat and also ready to defend your title. This is rap. This is a competitive sport. Sometimes it requires you to go into some very dark and nasty places that goes beyond rap. The way we saw Kendrick Lamar dig into some very dark places when he was going up against Drake, that's the kind of mentality you gotta have if you're going to put yourself in the top 3. Now, Cole fans out there, please do not slander me in the comments. I know you guys are very protective of your man's J. Cole.
And this
but
is
even with
history, because of course we all know you have to have the cutthroat mentality to be the best in the game and blah, 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 and all of that. But again, my pushback to that, if you're coming out and you're rapping, I mean, you're really rapping your ass off at how nice you are, and you're showing and proving how nice you are on the mic with your bars and your metaphors, then what? You know what I mean? What, are you just supposed to just cast it to the side and say, you know what, he might not be as good as Kendrick, but, you know, I'm not going to listen to him because he's not as good as Kendrick. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm like, you still could be an MC. You could still be a lyricist, and he's rapping his ass off on this. So I really don't get the problem with that. And I think people try and put him in a box just because he didn't go back at or engage in a battle with Kendrick Lamar. So let's keep going.
this explanation, there's a lot of people saying, bro, that's not enough. There's also people saying Cole is a hypocrite. Why are you saying the top end what you thought it would be, but you later on claim that you're going to climb past everybody in the top 3 again? Now, I couldn't make sense of this, you guys. So I called up my battle rapper homie, Philly Swain, to help break this down for me. Yo, Swain, what?
Now, see, listen to what this guy says, and I want you to pay attention to the contradictions this man makes. Now, we already addressed that line is probably more about young Simba more than the whole situation about the big 3. But let's pay attention to what this guy says. He has some interesting comments. I'll just say that.
The deal, brother.
Yo, what's up, man? I'm here, bro.
Hey, man, J. Cole just addressed the apology to Kendrick Lamar. What do you think about this, bro?
I think that this whole thing is real light skinned to him. I think it's over, brother. It went to be the best. He's still one of the greatest rappers of all time.
And this guy's really going a little bit emo extra on this. He's a little bit emotional by calling him light skinned, but hey, your opinion is your opinion. And of course, this is a battle rapper too. You know, battle rappers look at rap in a certain context, and where everything is competition. It's not so much about making music. It's just about being in the battle. So, of course, he's going to have a little bit of bias slant towards this. But let's see what points he has to talk about.
You can't take that from him. He started handing beats out in front of the studio to Jay-Z. He's really self-made, self-sufficient. A lot of his fans still gonna rock with him. It's just when it comes down to us, he kind of took himself out of the MC coalition with that, because it's rules to the MC world. You know, it's kind of like if 6ix9ine tried to apologize for telling. It's like, okay, but you told.
Now, okay, I want to address some things. First of all, the whole 6ix9ine analogy is way out of context, because I don't understand what, him admitting, he snitched in the streets, which went against street code, you know what I mean, has to do with apologizing in a rap battle. You know what I mean? And I don't think, the two are that equivalent, especially today with how many rappers that snitch. I mean, just go down to all the Atlanta rappers snitched on each other. But nobody cares about that. People still listen to their music, right? But anyway, I want to address this whole MC conversation. And this is the problem I have with certain rappers. So he's basically saying he put himself out of the MC conversation because he apologized for a battle. I totally disagree with that. And the reason being is that, like, I hate when other rappers try and say, oh, well, he might be a nice rapper and all, but he's not an MC. Listen, if you're a rapper, you are an MC. MC is what you do to move the crowd. Anybody that can move the crowd is known as an MC. But see, this is a way for certain underground heads and I'll say lower level rappers to marginalize rappers that get money and in the spotlight to say, oh, you're too commercial. You're not really an MC. And they want to make the designation, as they're going to bring up an example of KRS-One as to if you're an MC, you got to be this. And I hate that. The MC definition has changed over the years. And if you are the best at what you do, you're definitely an MC. Plus, tell me how he's not an MC on this record. He's rapping his ass off. I mean, the doubles, the triples, the bars on here, the bar structure, the way he breaks everything down. How is not that master lyricism? So he's got lyrics, he's got content, he's got flow, he's got all the elements of hip hop, but he's out of the MC conversation because he didn't take a battle. See, like I said, this is a bit much and a bit biased on this guy's part.
Oh, so it's like you can't bow down out of a battle. And then, what's so crazy about it is you dissed them, you put Daylight and somebody else from his crew on the same project, and then bowed out later It was real catastrophic for an MC. Like an MC should never do that much thinking. Because if you want to look at him as like a conscious rapper, then you would have to compare him to KRS, and KRS gonna want to smoke with whoever, however, whenever, wherever. So you can't just say like.
And then he tries to put him in a conscious rap box, which he does do conscious rap, but he also makes hits too and tells stories. So
That's some gangster rap to want to go against another MC, because KRS-One is as conscious as it gets, and he's coming at whoever, whenever. So J. Cole was supposed to take that smoke, even if it came with an L, but he didn't take the smoke. So you no longer in the running for that. You might as well just leave it alone, stop apologizing. It's not something we can accept. Respect is earned, it ain't given.
And see, that's your opinion. I mean, if you want to say he was wrong for not battling Kendrick, and I believe he was wrong, you know what I mean? But it's like I said, I keep going back to it. We keep giving umpteen passes to Drake, and rest and believe when Iceman drop, people are going to be going up to hear what Drake says. They're not going to criticize him and say, oh, we're boycotting Iceman all because he sued UMG. So the hypocrisy gets me all the time. And it's like I said, there are rappers like Game who constantly disses, pop shit apologizes, but he has a loyal fan base, West Coast fan base, but loyal fan base that thinks he could out-rap the world. So to me, I mean, the equivalencies of what they're doing to this man, when he's one of the best lyricists and the MCs in the game, just it baffles me as to the contradictions that these guys have.
We can't give you a respect you ain't earned. You lost our respect when you did that. And, you're a very great rapper. He's just being light-skinned. He think he still got the attention. Like, no, it's over. You was one of the best. We thought you possibly could have been the best if you would have just pressed that envelope, but he wasn't built for that. He just wasn't built for it. Everybody got a plan so they punched in the face.
So wait, now J. Cole is back talking his shit again, though. He said, yo, the top ain't really what I thought it would be. So I jumped off and landed back at the bottom and restarted at a level where I wasn't regarded as much, just to climb past them again and tell them all to keep up. Isn't that kind of hypocritical, though?
Yeah, I mean, he's still battling for the MC, but you're a rapper. You're still one of the, to me, top 3 rappers. Just not.
And see, this is the thing, man. So you're not an MC and you're not a credible MC, but you're a top 3 rapper. So it's like, what's it gonna be, man? And it's like, how many goalposts you gonna move? He's not a good MC, or he's not in the MC conversation, but he's still one of the top 3 rappers. And to be the top 3 rapper, you got to be an MC. Listen, Kendrick Lamar is an MC, bro. Period. J. Cole is an MC. You know what I mean? Now, look, as much as I criticize Drake, the boy, when he can rap, and he's got MC skills. He can do it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to take anything away from him. The big 3, you have to be an MC to be a great rapper to me. You know what I mean? Like Future ain't an MC. You know what I mean? Because he just makes a certain kind of music, or Travis Scott. But all 3 are definitely MCs, man. And I love how, he's the top 3 rapper, but he's not an MC. It's like, bro, you're moving the goalposts just to show your bias, man. Seriously. And it's all because, which you have a right to believe, he pulled out of the battle.
Not one of the top 3 MCs anymore. You're no longer a master of ceremony.
So there's no way Cole can be back in the top 3 conversation?
Anything's possible. He's in the top 3 rappers. He's still one of the top 3 rappers.
So now he leaves the door open. He's not a top MC, but he's a top 3 rapper. So he could be an MC again now. So it's like, bro, it's like, where are you going with this, man? What's it going to be? Oh, anything's possible. He could be an MC again. He could be a top. Like, what's it going to be, my guy? Like, you go all over the place. Do you even hear yourself talk?
He's not one of the masters of ceremony.
Appreciate you, man.
Later, man. Good talking to you, Chig, always, man.
Yes, sir. Make sure you guys go follow my guy, Philly Swain. Please go follow him on Instagram. It's interesting that he keeps having these back and forth thoughts about wanting to be there and not really wanting to be there. Listen, me, I'm going to let it go. Cole, you're good in my book. I'm not going to hold the apology against you anymore. However, I know some of you guys are going to feel differently. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of J. Cole dropping this 4-pack freestyle and
I'll stop it there. Hey, what's up, Reese? You just missed. I just did the video with dude that Shake Smooth interview, the Philly Swain dude. Yeah, and just to follow up on that, I mean, just the hypocrisy in it all, because it's like he's saying he can't be in the MC conversation because he bowed out of the battle. He doesn't have the killer instinct, but he's one of the top 3 rappers, right? Then Chiggs asked him, "Oh, well, can he ever be in the MC conversation?" And the guy says, "Well, anything's possible. He's one of the top 3 rappers." So what's it gonna? So it's like, what's it gonna be, man? Like,
he can never be KRS-One. That's what he basically saying.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what's crazy about this whole theory that these old heads have? Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drake, whoever, they could do 10 classics in a row. They could win all the awards, sell out arenas, and they'll say, "Nah, he's not better than KRS-One, though."
KRS one of all people,
do whatever, and they always going to say these guys are better.
Yeah,
no matter what. This is crazy.
I mean, but I hate how these dudes try and make up their own definitions. This is what I do not like about rap fans, and I've noticed this in over 15 years of hip hop debate online, right? You notice how hip hop fans make up their own definitions as to what a rapper, an MC is, a lyricist is, a great musician is, so they can fit what their definition of the artist they like wants. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He
exactly,
randomly brings up KRS-One. You know what I mean? KRS-One ain't been relevant in 25 years, my guy. Like, seriously. So, I mean, and listen, if he's on your great MC list, a great rapper list, yeah, he's one of the greatest rappers of all time. I get it. But, bro, his impact has done nothing in a quarter century. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me, man? Like, so it's like you keep moving the goalposts because of your bias. And look, you have a right to believe and a right to think, you know, Cole in your best guys because he bowed out. But he even contradicts himself and says, "Well, anything's possible." You know, I bet you he's going to listen to the album too when it drops.
Yeah. It just makes me mad. These so-called hip hop historians, they always got to put all of these sanctions on all the new artists so they won't pass the guys that they love.
Yeah,
they got to give them all of these different sanctions. Like. Let's say they do it with Jay-Z too.
Yeah.
Oh, just because Jay-Z, man, I don't know, man. Hove, you gotta understand, he lost to Nas. Okay, he did lose to Nas, but that still doesn't make him not one of the greatest artists of all time.
Exactly. It's like two things can't be true at the same time.
Yeah, when it comes to being the master of the ceremony, like J. Cole could never be a master of the ceremony. Like, cut it out. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
To be a great rapper, you have to be an MC. I mean, as much as, and I just went into it, I just said, look, Kendrick, MC, J. Cole, MC. As much as you want to bang on Drake, the man, when he wants to rap, can rap and can be an MC. Whether you want to admit it or not. You know what I mean? Ghost writers and all. Dude could be an MC when he wants. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
People just be hating to hate in some sort of way, man.
Blatant hating.
Yeah, all right, to close out, man, with this rollout, and you know who I'm talking about. We referenced it earlier. Should other rappers take notes of this rollout? And you know who I'm talking about, Drake. Because, listen, Iceman's been on ice
Yeah.
since the summertime. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? So it's like two-part question. One, should this be more the approach Drake should take to his rollout by addressing things in a more creative way, maybe putting out a mixtape, you know what I mean, or putting out some bars to get people excited. And number two, you know what I mean, do you think this is going to be the moment when he sees Fall Off, when he sees the rap that's coming out now, that's going to finally make Drake rap again?
I think that he's forced to rap now.
You think
Because
so?
all the big artists around him is rapping. He came out with what did I miss? And it didn't go nowhere. He came out with Which Way with Central C. It didn't go nowhere.
Nothing.
He came out with Nokia. Nokia went number 2. All of these records are not hitting no more. So in order for him to do something, in my opinion, he has to go back to his roots. He has to go back to So Far Gone. He got to go back to Comeback Season. He has to go back to that. Because people like when Drake raps. And you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. I think that, and now as far as the rollout goes, I actually think Iceman rollout wasn't bad at first. I think what he was doing was good. It was just too long and drawn out. It was just long and drawn out.
Where was it going? I think that's what it was.
It was boring. It's
like, I'm like,
why are you walking like on live? You're walking and then you got Pinocchio. It had no direction. If he had somebody that actually had a creative mind and he put it together nicely, and then he released a mixtape or a EP, it would have been great. But he waited all the way until he did episode 3, which was crazy, and then he didn't do nothing after that. And then he was all over the place because he did something with Party Next Door and he started his own thing going. It was no cohesion. It was just basically him just throwing stuff out there to see if it works. He's testing songs in the videos, which is cool because some of them songs wasn't bad. They was actually all right.
The beats is kind of dope.
You know what I'm saying? But again, I think he from what the Clips did, from what the Clips did with their rollout, and from what J. Cole is doing with his rollout, there's no way in the world he's not taking notes. If he's still doing, because I heard that he's doing his album in the strip club.
Yeah, what is that? I got to ask you, man, what the hell is that, man?
I'll be honest with you. I think that he lives on his own planet. I think he thinks that
he lives in his own bubble. That's
in his own bubble. I think he don't think like, I think he lives in his own bubble and he don't understand that those times have passed. You got to work now. Even he has to work. He don't even realize he has to work. Bro, you haven't went number 1 since First Person Shooter.
It's 2024.
Actually, it's 2023.
That's right. Yeah, it was 2023. Yeah.
2023. You haven't went number 1 since 2023. We in 2026. So and it used to be easy for him to go number 1. And to be honest with you, it was. He didn't stay there, but it was easy. But I think that, to be honest with you, I think he has no choice but to rap. And I think he really didn't want to, but I think he's going to have to now.
I think if he raps and he raps on a personal level, because what I like about these J. Cole raps is it's personable. It's relatable still. He puts you in his shoes and you feel his energy. You feel his back, you feel the want to have that get back now.
Yeah.
And lashing out. If Drake did that, but did it more in a controlled way, not the same victim rap, blaming like, oh, how come you guys didn't pick my side and you picked Kendrick's side and blah, blah, blah. If you talk about how you really felt during this whole situation and how now you're really back, and you're back on, I'm spitting my shit, I'm talking my shit again, then people will kind of buy back in. Like, he's got to get back to that emo style, I think, that he did early in his career.
You know what he messed up at? He messed up by dropping What Did I Miss? Because J. Cole, when J. Cole said, you got to stop acting like a tough guy, What I miss is a definition of a pussy dude who trying to play tough. Like, yo, y'all supposed to be on my side. What you talking
How come you
about?
didn't help me out?
You ain't help
But I'm
me.
the tough guy.
Mean. Even though you claim to be the biggest artist in the world, you're asking for people who are not have nothing to do with music to be on your side against another guy who you claim is you bigger than. So
Insecure.
it's crazy because the whole thing with Drake, and you're right. Only thing Drake has to do, in my opinion, only thing he has to do is just do a heartfelt song. He could easily come out and say, "Look, I was hurt. Kendrick beat me in a battle. I was hurt by some of the things he said," and just be real vulnerable and just put it all out there. That to me, just like J. Cole just resetted himself, that'll reset him too.
That's right.
That'll reset him. If he said, "Look, I lost that battle. Kendrick really had me in my feelings."
Yeah.
People would be like, "Yes, okay, yes," and he'll start all over again. He'll get a newfound respect
He
from
needs a reset. He needs a reset, man.
But
Bottom line.
his ego and his pride won't ever let that happen. It will never let
downfall, man.
Never.
Ego's ultimate downfall, man.
Yeah, that's
ultimate
what it is.
Downfall.
Yeah,
so
man.
Anyway, thanks for joining me tonight, man.
Yeah.
Definitely check out Blizzard 26. What, man, I keep messing
Birthday
up.
Blizzard.
Birthday Blizzard 26.
Today's his birthday. J. Cole.
That's right. Happy birthday, J. Cole. Shout out
40,
to that.
right?
And next week, Fall Off drops. So we're definitely going to talk about that. All I gotta say is Hip Hop 2026, keep it going. Because it's definitely an exciting year so far. I gotta say that. So with that, thanks for joining me. Definitely check out Torture Chamber and check out Torture Chamber after Torture Talk After Dark. That's the second channel. Definitely check that. Like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Like, share, and subscribe to Hip Hop Roundtable Reviews. Definitely want to get those views up and likes up. And we'll be back with more content shortly. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. All right. Peace.
Peace.